Boy, we have a special one for you today. Look at this thing. It's a 3-engine lawnmower, garden tractor, pulling tractor. I bought it. We've been in the garden tractor pulling, truck pulling for like, gosh, forever, 10 or 12 years now. And when I used to do garden tractor pulling, my buddy Van Wilson actually got me into it. And this was his tractor, and it's still, well, it's not his anymore. We bought it, but he doesn't use it anymore. It's been sitting here in this garage, no front tires on it. So I ordered some brand new wheels and tires from Vogel Manufacturing. Those things look sick. We got to get them bolted on here because he robbed the ones that were on here in front of his other tractors, which we might see this weekend, but we are going tractor pulling this weekend. So what we've got to do today is get these wheels put on the front, get it pushed out of here. It's got flat rear tires, which is a problem, just a very small problem. We're going to get it pushed on the trailer and get it back to shop, see if we can get this thing fired up. It's got 3 engines on it. We're going to go over all that once we get it back to the shop and get her started. So I got one wheel put on, but these wheels are way narrower, the hub is, than the factory one. So we're going to have to adjust that when we get back to the shop. But for now, we're going to get these things put on here and get it out of here. So got the front tires on this bird. Let's get her rolled out of here. I'm going to give her a good old push. This thing is so long. Well, it's in neutral. This thing's so long. But this left tire ain't rolling because it's so freaking flat. We didn't bring an air tank or nothing with us. Let's hit the road, head back to the shop, get the tires aired up, put a fresh battery in it, or we gotta get some race gas because this thing runs on 100 and a lot of octanes. They just made it back to the shop, and my mother-in-law Franny works for me, and she gets here right at 10 o'clock. We got here a little early and opened the shop up to get the truck, but Nick usually gets here a little early, just before 10 or right at 10 o'clock. He's like been like the best mechanic I've ever had, but he was late today. He's never late. I called him, woke him up at like 10:25. He was still asleep. So we're gonna go mess with him and we'll pretend to ride him up. Let's go see what happens. Hey, I need you to look at this for a minute. So I know you're late. I need you to sign this. Because after the whole Brian thing, we're not gonna deal with that stuff anymore.
Okay.
And then sign the second page for me.
Ryan was messaging me. He goes, "Just Bruce is pissed." I said, "I bet he is, because I'm pissed. Like it's totally out of the ordinary for me." I read it. He goes, "No, I've never seen Bruce like this." I was like, "Oh, really?" I said, "Well, it's partly your fault, especially since he's over there recording."
Good. We got back to the shop and get these tires aired up. Get old girl unloaded. Old Lawn Tech pulling tires. They're not looking too healthy. May have to get some new ones if these things decide to start leaking or blow out. But for now, we're gonna make them work. They're really soft compound so that whenever you're sled pulling, they kind of like buckle up and stuff and work hard. So definitely need to get these wheels polished before this weekend. Brakes work good. Yeehaw, here we go. Thanks for the help, Ryan. Ooh! That didn't feel good on the butt. Good? Dang, Dad got a new motorcycle. Buy this thing from wish.com.
Yeah, they mailed it to me.
Oh yeah, real low center of gravity.
Easier to pick up, ain't it?
I don't know.
No, it's much different. The shifter is so much easier. Now until I hit that cool seat, you hit the button to cool the seat off.
Or in this case, you need a warmer seat.
Yeah, that warm up keeping them cool. There's a power button right there. I got it turned on.
Oh damn, you just hit it one time.
When you go to get air ride put on it like Jimmy's.
You don't need
We got this thing put on charge. We're gonna run to the machine shop in Zephyr Hills. They're taking the cylinder head for our 5.9 Cummins burnout truck. They've got the short block done, which it's not built. We've got to put it together, but they've got the pistons, rods, crank, everything balanced. The block has been machined. Pistons are cut to lower compression. We got this little tractor on charge. We're gonna go pick that stuff up and drop off the cylinder head and these valve stem seals. And we're gonna get some race gas while we're there. Maybe some of that smell good stuff for the fuel smelly smells. What do you think? Let's go. So we can stop here at the speed shop at Bullfrog and Zephyr Hills. We've got us a fuel tank. We were gonna get like a pail, but Jeremiah's like, you don't need that. So we're just gonna get some 110 out of the pump out back. But we're gonna get some fuel smell. Cherry's so common though. Get the reefer madness. Oh, this smells like raspberry. This stuff is like so potent. I spilled it one time in my toolbox in my truck and it was ruined.
How's your dad been holding up?
You know, smell it? Not you, the kid. he's doing okay. I don't know. I think cherry's always been the way to go. Shoot. You're gonna kick me out of here. I'll try a different one. Cherry it is. So we're picking up our block for the burnout truck. They got it freshly machined. We opened it up. All kinds of cool stuff. We'll be getting into that video in a few weeks. We start putting it together. We finish up our current project. So we got fuel. We got our fuel smelly stuff. What else do we have to get here? I think that's it. Yeah, we're dropping the head off too.
Yeah.
So we got our fuel. We made it back here to the shop. I want to go through and check the oil. I just need to find a rag first. Hold tight. Oh. Check the oil on all these things. All three of these individual engines here. Keep in mind, these things haven't really been, I mean, it gets ran for pulling, but it's not like used around the yard, so all the oil looks brand new basically, you know. It just kind of, yep, full, brand new. I know he uses Valvoline racing oil in it. I got to find out exactly the weight, but back when I had one of my old pulling tractors like this, I'll try to find a video somewhere and we'll throw it in here. But the guy that built these engines for Mr. Van Wilson, he's not related to me, we have the same last name, built my engine. So these have JE billet aluminum pistons in them. I think they have rods. They may have stock rods in them, but the stock rods are good for like 5,000-6,000 RPM. So I think we're good. Ready to put fuel in it? I'm ready to put fuel in it. Let's go. Battery charged up. Oh yeah, I hear that fuel pump going to town. I mean, it's not quiet. That ought to do it. It's full of gas. Probably should take this off completely because I don't want it to fall. Huh. I just, oh, shoot. Just don't want to scratch it. All right. We'll turn the fuel pump on, let it prime up. We got right here, come over here is Ryan. You can see that fuel filter getting full. Turn that fuel thing on there. We'll go ahead and give it some accelerator pump, some fuel. He's in neutral. Uh-oh. Remember, we got 3 engines to start now. So even though one may be running, the rest of them aren't. So it's only got 2 starters for 3 engines total. She ain't happy. It's been sitting for a little over a year, Van said. Got all the dust coming out the top of this thing. It makes so much noise.
That is awesome right there, boy.
You need to put your mic on.
Oh.
See if she'll cheat. You need to go put your mic on. People need Ryan, the cameraman's reaction. I've been around this. You don't know what it's like.
That is sick.
So right off the rip, we got problems. It's leaking fuel. Look at it. And I don't know. Oh, it's coming from right there. We may have to replace some fuel lines. I don't know if it's cracked somewhere or what. So we're going to have to find some of these issues because it's got fuel leaking all over next to this fuel pump here. We're going to have to drain the fuel out of this thing. Not good. Well, we know what we need to do. This thing sounds ridiculous. So let's get this fuel leak fixed. And we got to get these hubs cut down a little bit because you guys can see how far it sticks out past there, so it's not going to work. So we're going to measure it up and trim it up. So some folks, I'll find them, I'll put them out here in the description here. Or not in the description, but right here on the video, sent us this air jack to try out. We've been using it. It's supposed to lift up like 6,000 pounds or something. We haven't tried picking up anything that heavy, but it's definitely a cool tool. Especially here in the shop. Check this out.
Oh, that is cool.
Right? Right there, you just let all the air back out, it goes right back down.
It's pretty sweet.
Pretty crazy. Yep. So I've marked we're gonna have to trim these down because these hubs are kind of narrow, and we're gonna put that baby right there. So I'm gonna run this nut all the way down on there, so when we back it off, it keeps the threads nice and neat for us. All right, we got this thing cut. Now we can back this nut off. Watch your ears. And in theory, that's hot. It's hot. Hot tamale. That baby put on there. Now I need to find a little washer to go in there, and we'll be just cherry. There it is. I like them wheels. Them things look really nice.
Oh yeah.
Ryan's excited to make shorts with this thing.
Very.
That's all he's been thinking about. Now I gotta get the wheels polished on the rear, get this thing washed up, fix our fuel leak, but first we're gonna take lunch. We'll be right back. Getting around tonight, a little after work. He's paying his debt for being late this morning. Anyway, so the fuel pump is just sitting here leaking. I talked to Van. He said this pump's been on here for like 12 years. It's probably going to end up leaking. So we've got a new one right there, and Nick's going to unbolt it, and we're going to bolt the new one up. I'm going to go to O'Reilly. We're getting some black paint for the stacks put on here. Got a whole list of stuff because we're working on Aaron's little pulling tractor here that we built back when longer than that, because you were like no, you were way younger than 8 years old driving that.
Oh no, we had a few.
Aaron's like 7 or 8 years old roughly, and he's 22 now. 22. 14 years ago we built this. I built it, and Aaron got to drive it. So now we're rebuilding it together because we sold it. It got sold twice, and we found it at a random auction at the Florida Flywheelers in South Florida. Bought it back, and now we're reviving it. So we put some new wheels on the front of it so far. The steering column in it is currently like shot. It doesn't really do anything. We might be able to rebuild it, but we bought a used one over there off eBay. We're going to be putting on it. We've got some brand new wheelie bars going on the back. They're all billet aluminum and chrome and cool looking. So those are on there. We got the same set we're putting on Deuce's Wild over here. What did we ever name this thing? Did we have a name for it?
It was called the Club Cadet. This was on
Cub Cadet. Cub.
Not club, cub.
So, all right. So we're going to go to O'Reilly, grab a bunch more stuff, come back. We're going to try to get these things as much done on them tonight. We're going tractor pulling on Saturday at Zellwood at the Florida Pullers. So if you guys want to come see us and come hang out and see the tractors, go to flpullers.com. We'll be in Zellwood, Florida doing some tractor pulling. Let's go to O'Reilly's. I got you a super cool coil because that one looked ugly and black.
Supposed to do that?
And this one's cool. Well, they're full of oil, like fluids.
Oh, okay.
This is an Edelbrock Max Fire 12-volt ignition performance coil.
Now, I didn't expect. I know my birthday was yesterday.
Well, yeah, here's your birthday present.
I didn't expect an air filter from a birthday. I love it.
So we're going to replace this coil with this cool-looking red one. Now, forever ago, when we built this tractor, me and my pops, my dad, built this engine that's in here. So before we put the air filter on there, home skillet, we're going to rewire this thing completely too. So basically all these wires are coming out of here. Let me see your air filter. Rip it.
Turn that boy over.
Beat that boy with the bat.
Oh.
Shoot.
Dude.
Shoot.
Look at that, boy.
Shoot.
Old son.
Clean.
Get it on there.
We don't want to go too crazy because it's got to come back off, but it's looking cool. All right. Swap this coil out, home skillet, with the new one. Nick got the new fuel pump mounted down in here. Little Edelbrock pump. It's not a magnetic pump. The other one's like a magnetic pulsing pump. This one just runs. So we rerouted the fuel lines, a little bit better situation, tied up the wires a little bit better. But she works. I also put a really cool shifter on it, courtesy of Ryan. And we got some new wheelie bars on the back. The parts we took off here, we're going to be going to the tractor pulls this weekend. We're going to donate them to maybe some kids that have some tractors that don't have a decent set of wheelie bars. So we got some nice new ones on there. We're going to donate the other ones to someone that can use them. So she cheeches now. So loud. So a lot of you are probably wondering how these engines are actually connected together, and we're not going to take it apart to show you, but if you can imagine having a chain, right, and sprockets, and having these two sprockets really close to each other but not touching, and you have a double-sided roller chain. Pretend you're the chain wrapping around my fingers, Aaron. So this chain, which would usually be one side on these sprockets, is actually a chain that has two rollers built into it. So when the sprockets get close to each other, it connects them, and that's how it holds them all together. So having one big crankshaft, you just got these double roller chains with sprockets on between these two engines right here, and you've got a really big, heavy-duty aftermarket clutch. Now these tractors are built off of a Cub Cadet, International Cub Cadet, which is, that one's a 71 model. This is probably like a 122. I have to ask Van, but he custom built this, stretched the frame. They've also have got heavy duty rear ends. These have what's called a transaxle. So the rear axle and the transmission are all in one. You can get, literally the parts for these things are insane. You can get really fast gears, do up to like 50 miles an hour with these things, and do all kinds of crazy stuff, all the way down to putting billet gears in them, spools, lockers, everything. So this one's got really heavy duty axles and carrier in it, and it's got second and third gears have been changed while first and reverse are still factory. Aaron's tractor, so that runs in what's called unlimited class. Aaron's tractor is going to run in the stock class, which is a stock 12 horsepower Kohler engine with a stock rear axle. You could upgrade it to make it heavier duty, you just can't change the gearing in it. So I think this one has a little bit newer style Cub Cadet rear axle housings on it. Since we had it last, someone has changed these, because these are now aluminum. The outer housing's there, but also on Aaron's we put a nice aluminum hitch on it, some nice wheelie bars, and we've got steering columns, so all kinds of stuff we've got to get done tomorrow. And we'll try to get all these things buttoned up and get them ready for this weekend. We'll be back at it tomorrow. You ready?
Yes, sir.
You want to show them what you did?
Yeah, we got a brand new carburetor, brand new, what is this thing called?
Air filter adapter. So
we got a nice fancy 3-inch air filter, so we can stick that on there and get some better airflow. A new, is that coil pack?
We got a new 12-volt coil, because these have
Yeah.
like a set of points. They're really old school. So this tractor is like from the
70s,
60s.
60s, yeah.
Yeah, because it'd be like a 67 model, because the original Cub Cadet was like 1964-ish, somewhere. This is the late 60s.
It's a Model 71. You guys can look that up.
Yeah,
But,
so we put a new fuel pump on it too.
New fuel pump, carburetor, coil. We're getting a newly used steering rack. We have that. We just got to put it on there. The new wheelie bar. We got the new hitch. Might try to make a new shift knob, because that one's kind of old. It used to light up, but not anymore.
I ordered a new clutch for it, because that one right there is kind of a really massive pain to press down and work. But when I ordered it, I didn't specify we're using a stock coupler in the back, so it's not going to work. So we're going to have to stick it out with that one. But for now, I guess we could put that heavy-duty clutch pedal in there, which is a little bit longer than the factory one. So it makes it easier to push down and work. So we may be able to make that work. We'll see. But for now, she's going to work and hopefully have it run in the next couple days.
Oh, and a new steering wheel. That's on the way.
Yep, that'll be here tomorrow. So the reason we put a brand new carburetor on it is because back when we first built this tractor, from nose run, it's getting cold, the carburetors were like several hundreds of dollars for a new one, right? Well, now that everything comes from China and they work, we got that brand new carburetor off eBay for 12 bucks. So it's like hard to justify rebuilding one and going through and cleaning it. Hopefully it's going to work.
When it's cheaper to buy a whole new one than it is to buy the kit for it.
Exactly. So now we just got to hope the starter generator still works good, because this thing, we got to fix that bolt. That's why we got to Got a lot
Yeah.
of stuff to tidy up because whoever had it, they ran it.
They ran it, but they didn't maintain it.
There you go. So we'll be back at it tomorrow. Baby. So not much got accomplished. Oh, we still got. Not much got accomplished last night. Since last night, we did wash it. She's nice and clean. We gotta paint these stacks still.
Oh.
O'Reilly was supposed to bring us paint today. But she's all cleaned up. I'm gonna go to Riley right quick and get paint. I'll be right back. See that burnout I did?
Shoot. Oh. Boy's got moves. Oh. Throwing stuff.
Is our mics working?
Our mics are working.
What? All right, now I gotta figure out how to paint this without getting paint on the other paint.
Oh. Need some tape?
So also, we got some cool stuff going on here at the shop. We're getting a bunch of trees trimmed up, making this place look brand new, so that trees don't fall blue collar again. And we're getting all new fence put up. So I got one of my customers here. I sold him a tractor and a bucket truck. He's back there using those equipment we sold him to do all the tree trimming. So let's get this thing. Oh, this paint feels so nice and pretty. Now it's actually washed.
It looks good too. Shoot.
It's crazy. Mr. Van, the guy that originally built this thing like so freaking long ago, right? So like when I was like probably like 8 or 10 years old, you know, going back 15, 16 years ago, I remember seeing it right here in the parking lot next door to the shop on a trailer. I'm like, dang, that thing's so cool. And here we are, we own it now. But it's been together a long time. Let's get these stacks painted up. Ryan, you did such a good job sanding them down.
You know?
All right. Oh, you know what we need is that Visqueen, that roll of stuff. We'll just put it right over the stack.
Okay.
Is it out back, the paint stuff?
Should
Got our
be.
Visqueen here. This is going above and beyond to make
Shoot.
See, when we're done with it, we'll just pull it off of it, right?
I think so. It's gonna look perfect.
Dang, that worked out good.
Mm-hmm.
Get this razor blade out of my mouth. Oh, shoot. Shoot.
Oh.
Oh boy. Probably should do a few coats because this stuff's gonna get hot.
Oh yeah.
Boy, I'm becoming just a professional painter nowadays. I tell y'all what.
Professional spray painter.
All paints of all kinds there, Mr. Sir. There they are. It's a flat black, so it's not gonna look nice and gloss, but it's flat black, and it's on there. Oh, need to touch this one up just a scotch. There we go. Our stacks are all nice and black, and once the hood goes back on, you're not gonna be able to see the bottom half. This is not an easy thing to do.
Oh, I see. Right there.
There it is. Our hood's on this bad mama jama.
Thing looks good.
It does look good. All right, let's get some spray wax. We're gonna wax her up and we'll be pretty much good. So we're gonna be using our friends over at Renegade's Rebel HydroGuard ceramic spray. It says, usually you spray it on everything, wipe her down, but if you read the instructions, it says apply to your rag here first and then wipe. Oh yeah. Ooh, look at that shine.
Dang.
Ooh.
That does look good.
Oh, the pump's warped. It's a problem. So we got our tire shine right there. Our pump's messed up, but we're just gonna go ahead and wipe it on. Oh yeah.
Dang.
Dang. Dang. Looking good, old son. All right, we're gonna fire this thing up. Go drive it around. Get it all dirty.
Yes, sir.
Fuel turned on. Yep. That's it. How loud it is right there. See if we can break it before we go use it. You gotta do a burnout? I'll break my neck.
Oh boy, that thing is nasty. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh boy, so loud. The camera doesn't do justice, man.
So here she is. We'll go over it one more time. This is a 1970s Cub Cadet. It's got three 25 horsepower Kohler V-twin engines. They're Command Series engine on them. Van did put JE billet pistons in them. They've got cams, but I think they still have stock rods. So there's a lot more performance that you could be doing this thing. We just don't know the limits of the transmission and rear end, stuff like that. So we'll see. If it breaks, it just means we got to upgrade it. So we'll be headed out to Zellwood this weekend. You guys go to flpullers.com, find them on their website, and we'll see you there on Saturday. Pull start at 4 o'clock. So with all that being said, I hope you're excited to have this thing on the channel. Make sure y'all smash the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. We'll freaking see you later. Peace.